I wanted to do a quick review of the Dewalt titanium drill bit set. That's this right here. Easily findable at Home Depot or Lowe's or online and Amazon or wherever you're shopping. And basically this is a set of upgrade drill bits from Dewalt that's useful for cutting through metal, mainly metal. You know, some people might use this for concrete or something like that, but it's not a masonry bit set. It is for cutting through metal and something that's very hard. It'll tear through wood really well, and as well as pretty much anything you throw at it because of the extra hardness of the material, but primarily it's for getting through some metal. Comes in this Dewalt stackable box, so you have 2 or 3 of these. You could attach them to each other. It's pretty nice. It's a hard plastic case. These things hold up really well. It's one of the nice advantages to this. This set, I think it sells for about $25 on sale and about $40 to $50 if you're buying it at retail. But you do see some pretty good sales on this thing around the holiday season if you're not in dire need of it. The set will run from 1/16 up to 13/64 in sort of the, I would say like kind of the standard sizes, and then it'll go up to a 1/2 inch in the really big sizes. So nice array of sizes. Obviously with these small guys, you tend to not be careful. If you're not careful with them, they will break, and you could break a 1/16 inch drill bit, no problem. You're not going to probably break a 1/2 inch drill bit unless you're getting pretty serious. The again, you have a 7/32, a 13/64, so you have a really nice variation in the drill bits, and the gap from one size to the next is really thin. So you could really fine tune what you're doing with these. The actually on the case, I will just say that it has a nice design to it. Basically, each of the bits goes in, and then it gets popped into place. It's pretty cool. They don't fall out on their own. To get at one, you pull it, then you pull it out, and you just sort of pivot it in place. It's pretty cool. I know these things I always tend to want to pull, but you have to push it forward and then pull it out. So as for those bits, here you go. We'll grab this 1/4 inch. So you see it has that gold coating. That's the titanium coating. It is fully labeled. It says DeWalt 1/4 inch. And then some indicators there. This is a 002A. Not quite sure what that means. Here we have it is brought down into a triangular shape. That means when you go to the larger bit size, the chance of it slipping within your drill bit gets higher and higher because your collet can't really grab it as closely, or grab it as tightly. So what happens is you have it go to this shaped size, so it's less likely to slip inside your drill. So it's really handy. That's a nice feature of a higher end bit. You see also it has, with the larger sizes, you see it has some cutaway at the tip. That way you could gain purchase on a hard material. With the smaller piece, this gets in, and then the rest, the full size of the bit, starts doing its work. And that's really important for if you're cutting through some sheet metal or something like that. I bought these to get through some stainless steel sheet metal. Nothing too crazy, but a wood bit, especially an older wood bit, was bouncing right off of it. So you get an awl, you kind of whack the awl in there, you create a mark, and you try to cut into that. And if your drill bit is still sliding, then you need to upgrade to something with a harder surface. And then obviously, just by the fact that this is brand new means it's really sharp. The drill bits are really nicely shaped. Clearly, DeWalt has put some extra effort into not just the face of this, but there's this sort of fluting here, and that'll help get some grip on whatever you're cutting, but also pull some material away. And that's useful when you have a finer material like a metal, as opposed to just pulling wood up through these main channels here. The bits, like I said, are quite nice, really nicely made. They come with a little bit of lubricant on them just to keep them protected. It's not going to help you with your cuts, but they come with just a little bit of, I don't know if it was old cutting lubricant or whatever, or just stuff they use to keep this stuff, the metal, stay nice and polished over time. There's definitely no corrosion or anything here, so they've held up really nicely. Here's that 3/8 bit. Now we're getting to a pretty good sized bit. Not something you would use at home too often. It's more of a professional size. At home, I feel like for general, around the house stuff, you tend to use your 3/16 a lot, maybe 7/32, but pretty rare I'd have to pull out a 1/2-inch metal drill bit. Maybe if you have a big drill, that'd be useful, but for kind of day-to-day drilling, for something like this Dewalt 12 volt, which is a standard household drill, you really are not using a 1/2-inch metal bit too often. These things, I would say they're really sharp. They cut really well. I've been super happy with them. Around the house for just general metal work, they have really, really torn through anything I put at them. Part of that is because they're new. Part of it was they're extra hard and they're high quality stuff. So I've been a big fan of these, and I'm really, really happy with them. And I definitely do recommend buying them. Like I said, at retail, sometimes you'll see them selling for upwards of $45 for a set like this, which is not crazy. If you were to price out these individual bits, these things might be $5 or $6 each at an Ace Hardware or something like that. So a set of, what is this? 3, 7, so like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like 21 bits. So a set of that for $50 isn't at all crazy. In fact, it'll be pretty good savings over buying them individually. But $50 is still $50, and maybe you don't need both a 15 64ths and a 1/4 inch, right? These sizes are not really varying too much for one to the other. Like you can get that 7/32 and kind of wiggle your cut a little bit and make it a 15 64ths with no problem whatsoever. 1/64 of an inch is really not going to matter so much for most home jobs, especially if you just need to tear through some metal. Anyway, it's a really nice set. I've been really happy with it, and I'd recommend it, but do shop around and see if you could find one on sale.